Hello, everybody, and welcome to session 2. In the last session, we focused on perceptions of disability and just introduced the topic of eligibility. You've likely come across the discussion of eligibility when exploring the VDOE website and Parents' Guide to Special Education. This session will dive much deeper into the eligibility process and get much more specific about the steps in this process and the actions at each step. This will include consideration of what the IDEA legislation terms disability categories means. You'll hear that a lot because it's an important component into special education and it's directly related to characteristics. When we talk about eligibility, we're talking about how a student is identified as a student with a disability and how the school identifies what supports are needed to put in place for that student. Eligibility is of particular importance to us as we discuss the characteristics because the process itself is really based on the way that the disability is defined within Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA. Those definitions include characteristics, so it's an essential understanding. On that note, you'll want to hear me say that the understanding of the eligibility process can be quite a daunting task. There are a lot of moving pieces and timelines and use of data, so that please know the intention here is just to introduce you to the topics, knowing that you'll add to your understanding in other courses in your program. That being said, if you're somebody who has prior knowledge on the topic, it's always good to engage with these resources to see what you can take away as something new. There's always a lot to learn in special education. You've got 2 checkpoints this session. One will give you the opportunity to call on one of your community resources, your special education professional, to engage in a discussion board activity. The purpose here is to add an authentic understanding of the topic so that the content can be presented in a way that it will connect with you in a real world setting. Take note of the different components of the discussion board, paying particular attention to what is required versus what is optional. For the second checkpoint, we'll call upon resources from IRIS, I-R-I-S, to explore concepts of cultural diversity. That's a theme that you'll see here with me, is that there's always going to be some optional resources that I've identified where you can take one topic a step further. As always, please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Even though this is an online class, I want you to know that I'm here and I'm accessible, so please reach out. We can use the Ask Your Instructor page to ask course-related questions, or if something comes up that's just SPED-related, I would love to engage in that discussion too. Lastly, you can see that this class is going to move fast. It's been designed to be a 5-week intensive. The good news is that you have the potential to acquire a great deal of understanding in a short amount of time, but the challenge is going to be staying organized and on top of the expectations. I'll be releasing multiple sessions at a time so that you can know what's coming, but ultimately it's going to be on you to stay connected and engaged. It's tough, but I promise it can be done. Have a great rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing what each of you learn about eligibility. Take care.